So we have to recognize that about ourselves so we can actually guard against these tendencies, rather than always saying that every circumstance, even when the people of Gaza are suffering what's now widely being called a genocide, that we need to make this a story of Jewish victimhood. It's not.
You write in the book, this book is about the story Jews tell ourselves to block out the screens. It's about the story that enables our leaders, our families, and our friends to watch the destruction of the Gaza Strip, the flattening of universities, the people forced to make bread from hay, the children freezing to death under buildings turned to rubble by a state that speaks in our name and shrug, if not applaud. And in relation to that, Peter, what do you say to many people who disagree with you, disagree with me, who say that because of the way that Hamas conducts this war, because they embed themselves in civilian territories, in closely tight areas. It's a small area of land, Gaza, comparative to many wars. They embed themselves amongst civilians, they embed themselves in schools and hospitals and so on. And that the only way to take out Hamas is to do it the way that the Israeli government is doing it through the IDF. And that if you have a lot of civilian casualties as a consequence of that, then that is on Hamas, because they have shown such a willful disregard for the lives of their own civilians, which is indisputable. They have. They built a tunnel system where Hamas hid safely, and they exposed their civilians to mass slaughter. What do you say to that?
Well, first of all, logic has failed on its own terms. Hamas is still there. Israel has destroyed most of the schools, the bakeries, the agriculture, the universities, the churches, the mosques. But you know who is there still? Hamas. And although Israel keeps talking about how many Hamas people they've killed and how many weapons they've destroyed, just like the Americans in Vietnam kept talking about how many Viet Cong they had killed, what they don't tell you is that Hamas has lots of new fighters. Because when you kill dozens of people, of someone's family, and starve their parents to death, they're going to want to fight you. So they join Hamas, right? Yes, Hamas is an insurgency. It fights from within the civilian population and put Palestinians at risk. You know what? So did the Viet Cong in Vietnam. They built a vast tunnel network as well. This is the way all guerrillas fight. And it means that when you're fighting an insurgency, you are still bound by international law. And if you want to succeed, you have to deal with the underlying grievance of the population. Otherwise, you will just kill masses of civilians and you'll never actually solve the problem.